Have you ever found yourself replaying old memories? Perhaps a missed opportunity from years ago, or a painful comment someone made that still stings. It's astonishing how much mental energy we can spend dwelling on what has already happened, or worrying about what others might think of us. This isn't just a fleeting thought. For many, it becomes a quiet, persistent burden, a constant weight that slows us down, dims our joy, and frankly, keeps us from truly embracing the incredible freedom and wisdom that come with reaching our golden years. It's a painful reality that these unspoken burdens can subtly chip away at our happiness, make us feel stuck, and even impact our physical well-being. But what if I told you there's a powerful secret to unlocking a profound sense of peace, greater joy, and even a longer, more vibrant life? And it's not about adding more to your plate. It's about gently letting go. In this video, we're going to explore 4 powerful things that, when released after 65, can transform your everyday existence and help you truly flourish. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because there's one insight that might truly surprise you with how much it changes your perspective on living authentically. Let's dive right into the first one. Something that so many of us carry, often without even realizing the heavy toll it takes on our well-being, the weight of past regrets and old grudges. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever felt that nagging feeling about a decision you made differently, or a path you didn't take? Perhaps it's a strained relationship with a family member or an old friend, a misunderstanding that hardened into a resentment years ago, but still surfaces now and then. These past burdens, whether they're big what-ifs or deep-seated resentments, are like invisible chains that bind us to moments that are long gone. We carry them around, sometimes for decades, and they become so much a part of us that we forget we even have the choice to put them down. But carrying these emotional weights isn't just about feeling a bit sad or annoyed. It has tangible, negative effects on our health. Constant rumination about the past, or holding on to anger, can elevate stress hormones like cortisol, which, over time, contributes to higher blood pressure, disrupts sleep patterns, weakens our immune system, and even accelerates cellular aging. It can make us feel perpetually tense, less able to relax, and prevent us from fully engaging with the beauty of the present moment. Imagine trying to enjoy a beautiful sunset, but your mind keeps dragging you back to an argument from 20 years ago, or a missed opportunity that feels just as fresh as yesterday. That old regret, that festering grudge, steals your present joy. So, how do we begin to let go? The first step is acknowledging these feelings without judgment. It's okay to feel regret, and it's normal to feel hurt by past actions. The key is not to suppress these emotions, but to gently observe them, understand their root, and then consciously decide that they no longer serve you. One powerful practice is self-compassion. Forgive yourself for past mistakes, knowing that you did the best you could with the information and understanding you had at the time. We all make choices we might later wish we hadn't, but that doesn't define our worth today. Extend that same grace to others. Forgiveness isn't about excusing someone else's behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional prison of holding on to anger. It's a gift you give to yourself, allowing you to move forward unburdened. Perhaps you could try writing down your regrets or grievances, really detailing them, and then symbolically tearing up the paper or burning it. A physical act of release. Or, if it feels right, have a quiet conversation with the person you've held a grudge against, even if it's just in your mind, and imagine offering them forgiveness and receiving it yourself. The goal is to learn from the past, extract the lessons, and then consciously release the emotional charge associated with it. Focus your energy on what you can control now: your attitude, your choices, and how you spend your precious time. When you make this shift, you'll find a lightness you might not have realized you were missing. Better sleep, and a newfound capacity for joy in your daily life. It truly feels like shedding a heavy cloak you've worn for far too long, allowing you to breathe more deeply and embrace the warmth of the present. Now, as we begin to shed those old burdens, there's another common habit that can sneak up on us, especially as we get older, and that's the constant need for things to be just so. Which brings us to the second thing: we should gently release the relentless grip of needing everything to be perfect, or trying to control every outcome. Life, as we all know, is wonderfully, frustratingly, unpredictable. Yet, many of us, perhaps ingrained from years of work or raising families, cling to the idea that if we just plan enough, manage enough, or worry enough, we can somehow steer every aspect of our lives and the lives of those around us into a flawless, predictable path. This desire for constant control, this pursuit of an elusive perfection, can become an immense source of anxiety and disappointment when things inevitably stray from our meticulously laid plans, or when people don't behave exactly as we expect. We often experience frustration, anger, or deep sadness. This isn't just about small annoyances. It impacts our relationships, making us rigid and unwilling to adapt. It prevents us from finding joy in spontaneity and leaves us constantly striving for an unattainable ideal, rather than appreciating the beauty in the imperfect reality of life. The pressure to be perfect, whether it's our home, our appearance, our garden, or even our children's lives, is an exhausting endeavor. It often stems from a fear of making mistakes or a fear of judgment, and it creates a cycle of self-criticism and endless to-do lists that steal our peace. So, how do we loosen this grip and embrace a more peaceful way of being? The first step is to genuinely embrace imperfection. Understand that good enough truly is perfect for most situations. Not every detail needs to be meticulously attended to. Your home doesn't need to look like it's ready for a magazine spread every day. Your plans can change, and that's okay. Practice delegating tasks, whether it's to family members, friends, or even hiring help for things that cause you stress. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom and self-care. Focus your energy on effort and intention, rather than obsessing over the final outcome. You might plan a wonderful family gathering, but if the weather turns or a dish doesn't come out perfectly, can you still find joy in the company and the attempt? Absolutely. A powerful tool here is practicing acceptance. There are so many things outside of our control: the weather, other people's choices, global events, the natural process of aging. When we truly accept what we cannot change, a tremendous weight lifts. Instead of fighting against the current, we learn to flow with it. Find joy in the process itself, not just the destination. The satisfaction of a simple meal prepared with love, even if it's not gourmet, is far more fulfilling than agonizing over every ingredient. Mindfulness practices can be incredibly helpful here, bringing your attention to the present moment, rather than future tripping about things you can't control. Learn to pivot when things go awry, seeing unexpected changes not as failures, but as opportunities for new solutions or even delightful surprises. I've known people who, after years of rigid routines, decided to embrace a spontaneous road trip or try a new, unplanned activity, and discovered incredible joy in the unexpected. The relief that comes from letting go of this need for absolute control is immense. It allows for greater peace, more flexibility in your day-to-day life, and strengthens your relationships because you're more open to others' contributions and less critical of minor deviations. Releasing control allows for so much more joy to enter our lives. And hand in hand with that, often comes a greater openness to the world around us, which leads us to the next profound shift we can make. And that's truly letting go of the fear of change and the hesitation to embrace new experiences. It's natural, as we age, to find comfort in routine. We build lives that feel safe and predictable. and venturing outside those familiar boundaries can feel daunting. Perhaps you've heard yourself say, "I'm too old for that," or "I've always done it this way." But clinging rigidly to the familiar, allowing a fear of the unknown to dictate your choices, can lead to a quiet kind of stagnation. The world keeps evolving. New technologies emerge, and opportunities for learning and connection constantly present themselves. When we resist change, we risk isolating ourselves, missing out on new passions, and potentially even contributing to cognitive decline if our minds aren't regularly stimulated and challenged. Imagine someone who refuses to learn how to use a smartphone or email, cutting themselves off from easy communication with family or access to online resources that could enrich their life. Or someone who always dines at the same restaurant, never venturing out to discover new cuisines or local gems. This isn't just about missing out on small pleasures. It's about limiting your growth and your capacity for joy. To break free from this, start small. Try a new food you've never considered before. Take a different route on your daily walk. Sign up for a community class on a topic completely unfamiliar to you. Pottery, a language, or even beginner's yoga. Embrace what's known as a beginner's mind. Approach new things with curiosity and openness. Without the pressure to be an expert, there are so many incredible online courses available, often free, that can introduce you to history, art, or science, all from the comfort of your home. Seek out learning opportunities. Connect with younger generations and ask them about their interests and technologies. You might be surprised by how much you learn and how much they enjoy sharing their world with you. Even traveling, whether it's across the country or just to a nearby town you've never explored, can be an invigorating way to embrace newness. Reframe change not as a threat to your comfort, but as an opportunity for adventure, for growth, for keeping your mind agile and your spirit vibrant. I've seen countless examples of people in their 70s and 80s who took up painting, started a podcast, learned to dance, or even went back to college part-time. Their eyes sparkle with a renewed sense of purpose and zest for life. The mental agility that comes from continually engaging with new challenges, and the new friendships forged through these experiences, are invaluable. Now, as we open ourselves up to new possibilities and shed these other burdens, there's one more immensely liberating thing we can release. And this one, as I mentioned at the beginning, might truly surprise you. It's the burden of constantly worrying about what other people think. Think about how much of your life, especially your younger years, might have been spent trying to fit in, trying to please others, or trying to present a certain image. We often make decisions, from what we wear to how we spend our time, based on perceived expectations or fears of disapproval. But here's the profound truth: after 65, you have earned the right to be unapologetically, authentically you. You have lived enough life, gathered enough wisdom, and overcome enough challenges to finally stop seeking external validation. Living for others' approval is an emotional drain that suppresses your true self. It causes anxiety, leads to choices that aren't aligned with your deepest desires, and prevents you from forming truly genuine connections because you're not showing your real self. Imagine how much energy you've spent over the years curating an image or stifling an opinion just to avoid a raised eyebrow or a judgmental comment. That energy can now be reclaimed. To reclaim this freedom, start by identifying your core values. What truly matters to you? What kind of life do you want to live, independent of anyone else's opinion? Then, consciously make decisions that align with those values. Practice self-acceptance, celebrating your quirks, your unique interests, and your evolving wisdom. Remind yourself often that most people are far too preoccupied with their own lives to spend significant time thinking about yours. And frankly, what others think of you is truly none of your business. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your authenticity, who encourage you to be yourself, and who don't demand you conform. You have the right to dress how you feel comfortable, pursue hobbies you genuinely enjoy, and express opinions that are truly yours, even if they differ from the mainstream. Reclaim your power and your voice. The freedom that comes from releasing the burden of other people's opinions is immense. It allows for a deep inner peace, strengthens your self-esteem, and attracts connections that are based on genuine understanding and acceptance, not superficial appearances. It means you can finally make choices that truly serve your happiness, without that nagging internal critic fueled by external expectations. So, there you have it, 4 powerful things to gently release as you move into and through your golden years. Imagine the lightness you'll feel by shedding past regrets and grudges, the peace you'll gain by letting go of the need for constant control and perfection, the vibrant new experiences you'll discover by embracing change, and the profound freedom that comes from no longer carrying the burden of other people's opinions. Remember, these aren't about becoming a completely different person, but about peeling away layers that no longer serve you, layers that have perhaps kept you from fully experiencing the joy and peace that are your birthright. Small, consistent shifts in how you think and how you approach these areas can lead to a profound transformation in your daily life, adding not just happiness, but truly more vibrant, fulfilling years. I'd love to hear which of these resonates most with you. Or perhaps something else truly significant that you've let go of to live a happier and longer life. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your wisdom can truly inspire others. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more tips and insights to help you live your best life at every age. You have so much wisdom, so much life left to live, and so much joy to experience. Step into it freely and fully, unburdened by the past, open to the new, and gloriously, authentically you. Live your best life, every single day, at every age.